Okay, so we are live once again for another Bitzbox live stream. This is episode number 36. So, today I'm going to be painting some Custodian's jet bikes. So, where we are at with them at the moment. I've got another coat on some silver areas. I've got to add some more silver to other areas. Well, lovely miniatures. So, just waiting for everyone to get here. Madco Crazy says late. Yeah, you're here from the start this week. Here before I was. So yeah, I just got to work out what's going to be silver, what's going to be gold. All the gold areas are actually just painted. They just need another dry brush of a silver. And this guy's lost his shoulder pad. I think it might have fallen off in my spray booth. So I'll worry about that at a later date. We might be able to get these near completion. I've already got the bases finished. Just simple little cracked Martian earth. Nothing too fancy. I might add a couple of skulls or something on them. But yeah, that's what we are doing today. I've got a reference photo just to the side, so if I keep looking off to one side, that's just what that is. And yeah, I'm going to get this thrash metal from Scale 75. Using a lot of this. I have to get some more of their metallics. Been using a lot of their gold, as you can see. And I've still got a lot of custodians to paint. So I hope everyone is well. Feel free to shout out in the comments and let me know what you're working on. Any hobby updates you guys have, feel free to share. So I'm just going to paint the Aquila in silver. I'll probably work around little areas. I've got to do another coat of this silver on the larger areas. Peter Nicholas says even later. No, it's okay. I feel like I'm really close to the camera. I just moved the main camera here, more of a square box, because I had a lot of the background in there. Made the main screen a little bit bigger too. Sorry, you're just going to be looking at my forehead. Can't really get in a comfortable position at the moment. There's our little Aquilas. Like a mechanical symbol. I think we'll paint that in silver as well. Better view of the models. Oh, that's good. Of course, a large model like this as well takes up a lot of the screen, which is nice because they're quite big, really. You sort of compare them to like a land speeder or something. Land speeders seem really tiny these days. Much larger than a Space Marine bike. Very cool. I hope we get some Primaris jet bikes, because that would be cool. I would like to see that. These Lancers are a bit of a pain, but we got them on. That Wargamer is here. Evening. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're well. Harjinder Singh says Custodes. Yeah. I haven't got bored of painting all this gold yet. Now we've got a few people here. I can show you progress on what I've already painted if I can find where I put them. There they are. So I have finished some Alaris Terminators. So this is a card scheme I'm going for. It's got like sort of dark green instead of the red basically, and then we've got this more sort of bronzy gold. And then on the axes, if I can get it in shot, sort of got this blue / purple going. Quite happy with how they came out. It's just because there's so much gold on them, they always feel like they're not finished. But I'm happy with them. So we have an email from Mad Cow already. Harry is here, hello. That Wargamer says they look lovely, thank you. Muted gold is better than normal gold. Yeah, I mean, the bright gold's alright in like places, suits certain things, but I really like this sort of more muted brassy gold. Green looks hot with the golds. Cheers. First time I'll paint along with the show, no work tomorrow. Hey. I don't actually have a lot of work to do tomorrow. So Madco says this is what I see when I see the dude riding the snail. I'll share that, yeah. Because I actually really agree with that. Horticulus Slimax. Lovely miniature. Absolutely lovely miniature. Gave one away recently to one of our patrons. We've given away a Great Unclean one this month. Where have I saved this image to? Ah, there it is. This is what Mad Cow sent me then. Feel free to send any pictures of your own miniatures and stuff, but Mad Cow says, this is what I see when I see the dude riding the snail. Yeah, someone's got to convert that now. That is funny. Okay, so back to Custodes. What are we painting? Metal. So I've done a mechanical symbol on that one. Poses exactly like those Japanese Elvis delinquents. Yeah, them Japanese Elvis, they are pretty funny. They like to exaggerate the quiff. But it is quite odd how a quiff suits Horticulus Slimax. I'll send you some pics of models I converted with your bits. Cool. I will sell them though because I've got no use for them. No 40k. Fair enough. It's always nice to see what people do with the bits they get through us. Whether it be bits they buy or bits via Patreon, etc. Earlier I watched a How to Play video from Malifaux. Awesome, I absolutely love Malifaux. But I haven't played it for a long time. Over a year. Haven't really looked at any of my miniatures for it for a while. But I love it. I love how the game plays sort of so different. Using the cards instead of the dice. like the figures more than the gameplay. Yeah, the gameplay's not too bad, but the figures are absolutely beautiful. There's so many game systems these days. So many of them have really nice miniatures. So I'm going to do a second coat on all the exhausts. When GW have done theirs, they've gone like a brassy colour in the middle. That's quite nice actually. I may be tempted to follow suit. So like a nice sort of orangey copper they've got in the middle of their exhaust. Looks really nice. Am I too set in my ways? Maybe. You can't force something to appeal to you, though. So I haven't really decided how to do the Lancers. GW done theirs black. And that might be an idea. I don't really want them silver. What I don't like about the GW bikes is there's just so much gold on them. And then to vary up a bit, they've just got a couple of different shades of gold. Now the front's going to remain silver/white, looks really regal. Yeah, I'm going to keep them the silver. It'll have a wash and that, so it'll be slightly darker. But I thought I'd just change it. I don't want it to be gold or a different shade of gold, it just looks a bit silly. Yeah, I love the big eagle on the front of the note. Bit of a pain to put them together. You can see there's a slight little gap there. But I'm liking them. I'll probably worry about the rider later. I'll probably just get the bikes themselves painted to a standard and then worry about the rider. He's got like boots and that. I haven't got into the habit of painting the boots so much on some of these. I always forget about them. I finished filming our latest painting tutorial today, and it took me ages to get the audio right. I think the next painting tutorial I do might actually be a Custodes one. I know someone asked on one of the videos how I paint this sort of gold armour, and I've already painted the gold on these, so I won't be showing it off on this stream, so maybe when I do one of the Wardens I'll do a little painting tutorial for him. I built up a squad of wardens. They're just undercoated in brown, not particularly great, but it's a good colour to work with if you're doing gold. I don't like the gold sprays, I just find they don't produce what I want. But I've gone with axes again. A lot of axes in my Custodes army. Because I love the axes. For 2 points more, I think they're well worth it. And I've built a Vexilla guy, I just haven't got... I'm missing a couple of bits. I had a couple of sprues with some of the leftover stuff from the Alaris Terminators, and I have no idea where it's gone. I may have accidentally put the bits in some Patreon bags, but I thought I only put the spares from the other squad I had of them, and not the squad I was building. So I couldn't see them anyway amongst the bits. So yeah, I don't know what's happened to them. Sprues have disappeared, so I'll have to wait till I get some more in. I might even have the bits to go around the neck, actually. I'll have to have a look. But the other guy's missing like an axe head. The head. His hair. But yeah, I'll have 5 Alaris Terminators with axes. I've got the Vexilla. I've made a shield captain as well. And I have no idea where I've put him. He might be in the other room ready to be undercoated, mind you. But I thought I left him in here. I can just never find shit. Oh, I built this as well, doing some more sort of Blanjitsu style stuff. I made this weird looking thing. It's essentially 3 plague bearers sort of fused together. I don't get that in a shot. It's only half painted, obviously. And he's got 3 heads. One's blind, one's deaf, and one can't speak. But yeah, it's quite a weird looking thing. I thought, why not? I want to do more of that sort of stuff. And the tutorial would be good. I was thinking of getting the GW spray. Is it just the colour you don't like? For these, yeah, it's not the right type of gold, but with that spray you have to shake it a hell of a lot, because I've just found it comes out I just found it just comes out too watery. You know, that has to be perfect, because essentially you're using it as a base coat rather than just a primer. So yeah, if you shake it up really well, then it's fine, but if you don't, I just find it very watery. Pray for the show that mad cow here. I know, right? I think that's it for all of them working on off. I made a little plague bearer. I'm going to make some plague bearers out of poxwalkers, because I've got some spare poxwalkers. So I've just made this little trial one. I'll go back to the Nurgle stuff. I have built the Sloppity Bile Piper and the other guy, the guy with the scroll. Can't remember what he's called. Got them built as well. Actually been quite busy lately. And I can show you. Yeah. The next painting tutorial, which got up on Sunday, is for this Zangor. So that'll be our next painting tutorial, just to follow on from the Acolyte. And yeah, I've got loads of these to paint up. So that'll be a future thing. I've got my Enlightened to do. I've got an idea for some conversions to do for some more Enlightened as well. So might get the bits for that and maybe do that as a future conversion video. And also next week's conversion video, I didn't have one this week because I didn't get it filmed in time, even though it was a really quick one. But yeah, next week's one is already up on Patreon for our patrons. There's an Eldar Exodite special. So we have an email through. It's just all one image, or are they all separate? This is from Harry. Let's get this added. Alright, so there's separate images. So Harry has sent in some pictures of miniatures, and there we go. I'll show them off one by one. Really cool conversions. Yeah, these are really sweet. I really like him. It's good use of the bits. Very Blanjitsu-esque. Peter Nicholas says, "Are you doing a complete Tzeentch army?" Yeah, sort of. Yeah. Obviously with the Acolytes and Zangors, they'll be for the Disciples of Tzeentch. But I'll use the Zangors for Thousand Sons as well. I'm gonna repaint some of my stuff to be Thousand Sons. Yeah, I really like him. He's cool. And there's some more. There is more. I've got to save all these. I'm sorry if the scene goes a bit slow while I save the images. Are they all... I don't know if I just want to save it as the same file name or what, but Harry says that Eldar video is hot as fuck. And Marco says, what Eldar video? The Exodite special we put up on Patreon today. That'll be going up on YouTube on Wednesday. If I remember to set it as live on Wednesday, because you can't schedule videos and put them on Patreon for some stupid reason. If you schedule a YouTube video, you can't link it to show anyone because it doesn't go on YouTube until the time it's scheduled. Whereas if you have it unlisted, you can then stick it on Patreon and stuff. That's if obviously we're not in the hospital that day. So yeah, now another conversion, really cool. Good use of bits again. I really like that. Oh, he just popped back up. What else we got? There's 4 in total, is there here? 2 of them have some paint on them. So let's So here's the next one. Yeah, thanks for showing them off and sorry for killing the stream. I just don't know why I save an image and my internet can't handle that. So it's ridiculous. The amount I pay for this bloody internet. That's really cool. I like that. I like this hand. The grenade launcher. Don't know why I'm moving them over there. Really sweet. Hopefully people can see this and it's not just died. And the last one, it will sort itself out, it's fine. And here's the last one. The last one's really cool actually. I think my favourite. Really love how you painted the bow. That looks really sweet. That's really cool. Yeah, he's my favourite. Little Skitarii guy. Some sort of missile arrow type thing. That's really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. I might have to steal that. I like that. Yeah, that bow looks awesome. It's really nice. Very cool. Yeah, he's my favourite. He is my favourite. Right. Let's get a non-oil wash on this. And it is... not that one. That one. Yeah, really, really good work on the minis. Do I have a crappy brush for washes? Yes. So I'll get this shade on, and I think I will do like an orangey copper in the middle of exhaust, because I quite like that. The only thing about that is that GW ones are just crap. I hate GW metallics. Madco says it's been like 6 weeks or so now since he stopped taking his meds. Wow. That's gone so quick. Most withdrawal symptoms seem to have gone away. Still get anxiety and panic attacks every other day though. Also had crying attacks. Wow. Never heard of crying attacks before. Yeah, I guess there is a name for that. There must be a name for that. Probably something linked with depression, I would assume, but not gonna sit here and pretend to be an expert on any of this. But that's, yeah, I'm glad to hear your withdrawal symptoms are mostly going away though. So try and focus on some of the positives. But that's very strange. I guess they've just come out of the blue, have they? I guess there's nothing in particular that just triggers them. That's close. Almost knocked the non-oil over. Yeah, that's very strange, yeah. I'm one of these people as well who just doesn't cry at anything. But yeah, this thing that it says emotions like chemical based in the brain is something to do with that. But as I said, all goes above my head. I have no idea. Sort out one thing, you get your withdrawal symptoms under control, and then something else pops up. It's just typical, isn't it? Yeah, that makes sense. You're sort of going through a sort of transitional period, I suppose you could call it. I've put way too much wash on my brush there. Okay, that's our non-oil on. I have a fun job of waiting for that to dry. Oh yeah, something happened the other day what made her cry. I think the dog was sick or something. Yeah, it was. The dog was sick and she cried at that because she had to clean it up. No, she hasn't given birth yet. We're due on Monday, and she keeps saying the baby's going to be late, so don't be surprised if I'm here next week. who knows, this baby could just arrive at any time within the next couple of weeks now. It's just... everything is... we're playing everything by ear now, and my birthday's in less than 2 weeks as well, and we've got no plans for that, no plans for Valentine's Day, because we just can't plan anything. We really can't plan anything at all. So, just playing everything by ear. I don't want to do too much more, because I want to just give a silver dry brush over most of it, sort of lightly on the gold, and so I'll have to let that dry. And I'll get my silver, my Nikon compound, because I think it's up here somewhere. Did I use it? No. I have a Nikon compound. I bought a new one, and there you are. I like that baby. It's really trolling you. Yeah. That's really played havoc with her sort of sinuses and stuff. Being pregnant, I think it's something that can happen. So she's like really probably bunged up and sneezing a lot. It's basically like she's had a cold for the last sort of 3 months. Not like a major one, but bad enough. And she had a really bad night's sleep last night. But gotta get used to that. So a lot of mental problems are caused by over or underproduction of certain chemicals the brain needs. Meds can't cure them, but they can lessen the symptoms, like antidepressants. Yeah, I think you've mentioned something similar before, haven't you? Like, nothing can cure it, but they can only just sort of make the symptoms a bit less worse. Yeah, I mean, people are still really... It only seems like recently that sort of mental illness has really been taken as serious as it should be. Okay. Got a couple of YouTube notifications. I always get the Warhammer TV notifications at really weird times. Like, the video will be on there for hours and then all of a sudden it'll just pop up with a notification. So... while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to sort of work out what copper colour to use. I don't know if I've got a scale 75 one. Let's have a look. We've got all sorts of interesting colours, and what that is. That looks quite nice. Not orangey enough though, but we could go with that. Oh, black metal. Try a mixture. We'll try a mixture. Yeah, as recently as 50 years ago, people were treated very poorly for mental illnesses. I think, I'm not sure there's normalisation. I can say I'm a black 5-year-old Chinese girl and you have to take me seriously, you get in legal trouble. I think that's more mental illness, that's just, well, I don't know. People identify as weird things, could you call that a mental illness, or are they just being weird, or stupid, or trolling? Who knows? Because you have to take them seriously if it is a, you know, a proper medical condition. We still don't have that shit here in Finland, but if we get it, I'm going to say my gender is God and refer to me as such. Yeah, to be honest, whilst there's probably the odd story like that over here, you don't really encounter it, like, at all, ever. I certainly haven't encountered anyone who identifies as anything other than what they are. I know a few transgender people, but that's different. It's different to saying you're a tree. I don't know anyone who's that ridiculous. Giving these a good shake. I don't think I've even used these colours, so I'm not too quite like that. It's Peridot Alchemy. It's called. It's like a greeny. I don't know why I'm showing it to mid-air. Like greeny. I'll show on this camera. Greeny gold, and then we've got like this sort of yellow gold. Oh, the camera sucks. I was thinking I want to see what we get if we mix them together. I like to experiment with colours now and then. Well, that came out a bit too fast. Hope your Eldar Tree Man is not nearby. No. So what I hate when they're new, you sometimes have to pierce the top of them. So it's trying to come out. There we go. No. I don't think that'll give me the sort of colour I'm looking for, but it could give me something interesting. Come on. There we go. I'm just interested to see what we get. So I'll take a little bit. That's going more sort of silver. They're sort of cancelling each other out. Why don't we add some sort of orange to it? All this effort just because GW Metallics is shite. That's too light. If I had some more of that to darken it. Yeah, that's not bad. If I put a wash on top of that, that'll darken it down. I think that'll look alright. We have this very weird looking colour. I'll stick some on the miniature and show you guys. If I haven't painted any more of these in the future, I don't think I'll be replicating this colour on the exhaust. So, I'm just going to go in this little bit here. That's what it's like. Sort of like this sort of orangey copper. What metallic paints seem to be better than GW? I don't feel like using them now. Scale 75 are my favourites. I'm not going to say they're the best because I haven't used all the different types, but they're certainly my favourites. I wouldn't mind getting like a load of different metallics from different ranges and then doing like a comparison video on them. Don't get me wrong, I love Retributor Armour. I think it's a really good paint. And Lead Belcher's quite good as well. And Stormhost Silver, if you shake it up enough. Have you seen the upside down Space Wolf bolters from Forge World? Yes, I have, and they look absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what's happened there. I guess when they've copied and pasted parts from the design, they've accidentally stuck that end bit on upside down. I don't know. They just don't make sense. The quality control at Forge World is terrible. They have the odd great miniature now and then, but yeah, stuff like that shouldn't happen. Wouldn't have happened in the old days of people sculpting stuff from green stuff. Anyone dry brushed Retributor armor? Really funky results. The color turns weird. Do you mean actually dry brushing it onto something, or dry brushing like colors onto it? But I haven't, and now I want to. Either way. They should be bright yellow with brown helmets. Wayne's Custodians are really nice. He's doing the sort of creamy colour scheme, which is in the codex. And they look really good. This paint is like dried up super fast on the palette. I don't know if it's because of where I've mixed a GW paint into it. Because where they're separate, the colours are separate, they're fine. Dry brush it, it turns really bright green gold somehow. Like you could base Retributor and then dry brush Retributor on it. Huh, okay. The walls look awful, especially the pelts, and the guns just seem to be floating on the fists. As there's no grip on the fists. Yeah, I saw that as well. Is it the same bolters? I didn't realise it was the same bolters. God, they really are bad. Oh dear. We're almost ready for our dry brush. We've got a little bit of pooling up there which we need to get rid of. So I don't know where it's pulling up anywhere. That one's definitely ready for its dry brush, as is that one. So, let's get that ready. That's very strange. I'll have to try that with Retributor armor. I'll have to have a closer look at these Space Wolves. I think there's a picture of them in the White Dwarf, isn't there? I think it's them ones. Pelts look like they're sculpted on bananas or tentacles. You've got the Terminators in there. Are they the ones we're talking about, or are we talking about... I don't know, the fur on them does look bloody awful. Yeah. Yeah, like you could paint them yellow and they could probably pass off as a bunch of bananas. For anyone who wants to see... Yeah, I'm not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of Space Wolves anyway, but... Yeah, that fur's really bad, isn't it? That just seems weird. It's strange, because the whole point of Forge World was to have more detail, basically, than the plastic stuff. And that fur does not have more detail. That's just less. Right, lightly dry brush silver on the gold areas, and just go a bit heavier on the silver. Not too fussed about getting it all over the gold, just little areas. Madco says, what codexes are yet to be announced? Space Wolves, Orcs, Knights, Gene Stealer Cults, and then what? Imperial Agents, Sisters of Battle, Ministorum. Yeah, so I've heard rumours. Taken with a pinch of salt. I think even it might have been Harry's shared them on our Facebook group. Harlequins I think are going to be up and coming. Space Wolves were on the list, Orcs were on the list, and Drakari as well. Have we had a Tau one? I don't know if we've had a Tau one. I like Rogel Dawn. Apart from his face, he looks like he's training to take a shit. Yeah, I like Rogel Dawn miniature. I think he looks very nice. In the squat reveal video, the Sisters clock was set at 5 minutes to 12. Yes, I noticed that. Plastic Thunderhawk seems a long way off though. Same as the clock on the Triumvirate boxes that are also 5 minutes to 12. Oh really? I never noticed that. Yeah, I mean, I think what they're doing there is they're giving away that Sisters are going to be on the horizon. We'll see them in this edition, definitely. If they're getting all these codexes out without sort of new releases to go alongside them, then they must be saving space for something. And I do think Sisters of Battle will be a new codex we'll see. Of course I could be completely wrong. Yeah, I think Gene Stealer Cults was one on the list. I just hope after they do all these codexes, they don't just then come back and say, oh, here's some new Orcs or something, or here's some more Space Marines. And then all of a sudden, like, the codexes are then out of date. Of course, who knows? Oh, pardon me. We might see a Wild Eaters Codex and an Emperor's Children Codex. I mean, the Wild Eaters one would be quite easy. You don't have to have new units for them, but it probably would be nice to coincide it with some new Khorne Berserkers. Grab my Inked by Darkness. I've been using that a lot lately. Just ordered a Saga 2 rulebook in German, €14, with a limited cool mini included. Never played the Saga before, but it looks amazing. Cool, yeah, I have no idea about it. $40k needs less codexes, not more. All Space Marines should be one codex, all Chaos should be one. Yeah, I actually agree with that. But it's not the way it's GW are going lately. They seem to be like, let's just have loads and loads of books. I mean, if you look at Age of Sigmar, it's just, there's just so many books for all these little sub-factions. I'm not a fan of that at all. But that just seems to be where it's going. I mean, it's nice to have extra models and rules for Death Guard and things like that, but yeah, they probably don't need their own book. I don't see how GW make any profit on so many characters unless every hobbyist buys every one released. Yeah, I mean, I think I bought them all in the last edition, but I haven't done this edition. Bought a few. Marco sent me a picture of the clock from the Triumvirate box. Oh yeah, that was really cool. And that's set at 5 minutes to midnight. I hear there's a big tournament community in Germany for Saga. Models are really nice looking. Really nice looking and cheap as fuck. That's a historic game. Okay, cool. Always a bonus when the miniatures are nice and they're cheap. Let's switch out to this brush. I don't know where the brush is actually. That'd be quite good for this. Ugh. Keep getting catfished by clay shapers. Think you're gonna pick up a nice brush and it's just a clay shaper. What's this brush? It's an old one, is it? Or is that the other one? This? I don't know. That might be an alright brush to use then. That's my problem. Feels to me like you're forced to buy every single codex. Have all the options available. You need index, full draw index, codex, faction power codex, chapter approved. Yeah, not only that, sometimes you might need them to make